So another busy morning. We were both up just before 6. We didn't know what time the nurse was coming. I'd set the alarm for 7, but we were both awake. Mark seemed to have slept well last night in the bed. I don't recall him moving at all. Still no pain. Still no pain. The thumbnail is of him. So the nurse came. She came at about, I don't know, about 9:30, 9:15, and then we left just before 10 and drove in and went to the pharmacy again to get the correct amount of boxes of the anticoagulant injection. There should have been 34 injections, and she'd given me 4. And I think she'd misread the date as the 5th of November rather than the 5th of December. So I've got all of the injections now, but there wasn't enough time before the rendezvous with the kine to sort out the stockings and the crutches. So we went and did that afterwards. And we're both so tired. It was like, oh God, we got going. He did really well in the kine. He's moving well. He's flexing the knee well. They're really pleased with the progress, surprised at his progress. Over, it's not, what is it? Today is Friday, and he, it's what, 3.5 days, 4.5 days. So he's doing really well, walking around without crutches. We picked the crutches up from the pharmacy, and when we got home just now, well, not just now, several hours ago now, he picked them up, carried them in, took them in, put them down, and then went back out down the drive, which is the thumbnail, to check the post and close the gates to keep the Jehovah's Witnesses out. Yeah, he's just walking around without them. He's got the compression stockings on now, which he had to put on. I couldn't. My hands will not deal with compression stockings. I used to do them years and years and years ago before I was a trained nurse. Back in the 80s, I was on auxiliary for a while, and I can remember putting them on people, and they were just really hard. And of course now with my hands I can't, but he did manage with a bit of help from me, but not much. That's gone over. That black weather over there has just gone over. It was really black. The weather, we're due a rough night tomorrow night into Sunday morning, really, really windy again. Another storm called, I think it might be Dominic or something like that. I can't remember now. Mrs. Broody is probably a bit wet now. I let them out this morning before we went out, and she goes running out like there's baby chicks been left behind who need caring for, or eggs that she needs to sit on. There aren't any eggs and there's no baby chicks, so she goes running out to get onto that table with the straw bales on. So this morning I decided to catch her before she got too deep in, because it's difficult for me to get her out. I catched her, caught her, and carried her and put her in the outer run. There's no shelter. It was wet. It was cold. All she's got in there is water to drink. She would have fed plenty this morning before I took them out, and she'll be fine because she wouldn't feed all day anyway if she's going to be broody. So she's going to get cold and wet today. And that should cool her down, because it's 2 weeks and that's enough. She needs to stop being broody. So that's what I've done with her. Bit cool out here. I've just put 2 more logs on the fire. I might even be keeping that in overnight for the first time. I feel a bit more comfortable doing that now. Mark's here after the smoke incident. Not that we ever really get that, but it's just when there's someone else in the house, it feels more comfortable, Yeah, so that's that. So yeah, the thumbnail is of him looking sheepish because he's just walked down the drive to check the post without the crutches that he brought back from the pharmacy. I made a decision that next time the Jehovah's Witnesses turn up, I'm going to do this. I'm going to film them from my side of the gate. And I think it's illegal in France to film people in public, but I'll be my side of the gate. So it's their choice whether they stay where they are. And I will be asking them, how many more times do you need to be sent away before you get the message? I just give up. Anyway, I just finished with this nice red. Is the red showing? I mean, it's, you know, it grows all along the fence all year round. Doesn't do a lot, but it's so pretty at this time of year. I don't know whether you can see, but well, Viv will tell me what that is. The bush right down there with red berries on. She'll tell me, I forget every year. Voila.